So we had the Akwa Ibom Extractive Justice Alliance, and we had the march this morning to NUPRC office here in Eket. We are right at the gate. The Akwa Ibom Extractive Justice Alliance, the coalition of civil society organizations, youth groups, community advocates, academics, journalists, campaigned by the Clement Foundation with support from Action Aid Nigeria under the Strategic Partnership Agreement 2. Today staged a peaceful demonstration at the office of the Federal Upstream Regulatory Commission number 6, Ekwenupa Avenue, Eket, Akwa Ibom State. The action is part of a broader global mobilization against fossil fuel pollution in support of accountability for affected communities taking place this June 2026. Akeja, as we are known, joins communities in Uganda, Tanzania, Mozambique, the Amazon, and beyond in calling for an end to the era in which corporations profit from pollution while oil and gas companies bear the costs. Gas flame penalties exceeding over $270 million just for Akwa Ibom alone, payable to all the oil and gas companies operating in our waters, shallow waters, onshore and deep offshore, companies. The money is being diverted using the executive of the line that President Tinubu, gave signed sometimes in February. Today, we are saying that the government of the day should reverse that executive of the line, as it diverts money that should be meant for environmental remediation and social reliefs to host community. We also know, according to Section 104 of the PIA Act, that grants NUPRC the power to collect gases that is being fled. We want to know the number of companies that NUPRC has given the licenses to capture this flare and what they are using this flare for. And lastly, also, we also want to state that companies are mandated by the PIA to have their gas flare elimination plan. How many of these companies have actually submitted their gas flare elimination plan to the NUPRC? And how many of them are actually implementing this? These are the issues that we have brought forward to NUPRC for action. And lastly, we also noticed that there have been several breach of the law in terms of the implementation of the Host Community Development Trust. Right? Chapter 3 of the Act make provisions for Host Community Development Trust to be set up by oil and gas companies operating across the Niger Delta. 5 years after the PIA was enforced, there are still companies still extracting oil and gas resources, but have failed to establish the Host Community Development Trust. Today, we are insisting that it is not correct. It's not correct. The regulator needs to do his duty. And also, companies that have actually established their trust, but they have failed to finance the trust. We are saying today that funds should be released to those trusts. Money should not equally be in the account to generate interest and profit for the boards and the settlers. Money should be used for the implementation of the community development plans as we have it. So these are the issues that we have come to present before you, the media, right here in front of the NUPRC office here in Eket. So media, in case you have other concerns and questions you would like to hear from us, you are free to do so. Thank you.
All right, let me also add, join my colleague. We're happy that the NUPRC management has received us warmly. We have presented our petitions to them, and in the petition we presented by the Akwa Ibom Extractive Justice Alliance, the key demands of the petition is that we want to have an accountability on gas flare penalty. We want a full public disclosure of all penalties assessed against every company operating in Akwa Ibom State from 2021 to date, including the amount assessed, collected, and outstanding, and the enforcement action they have taken, and the destination of those funds. Our second plea and petition to them is on the gas flare elimination plan. And we know that Nigeria did not meet its 2025 zero flare target. Instead, our flaring volume increased from 301 million standard cubic feet in 2024 to 283 million. And we're requesting that NUPRC make public the gas flare elimination plan submitted by every company. Our third request is that we understand that there are villages without electricity in Akwa Ibom State, and that's why we'll be shouting, "Stop the flare!
Stop the power!
Stop the power!
Stop the flare!"
Because the same, we have communities, for instance, in those 8 villages in Eastern Obolo that have no electricity, they are actually sitting adjacent to OML 13, which owns over 5 trillion cubic feet of gas. And that means that they have enough gas that can power them, and these communities do not have electricity. So is it important that they stop the gas?
Yeah!
And that's why we're asking, if they cannot do that, they should. We want them to kick the polluters out. Our fourth request is on the Executive Order 9, which was signed by the President recently. And the impact of that is that the remittance that was supposed to be channeled to address environmental issues are now going directly to Federation accounts. And we want to have the position of the NUPRC on the implication of that executive order for host community obligation, and to also engage the National Assembly on the restoration of gas flare penalty allocation for their intended purpose. And our second to the final demand is on host community compliance. We want a compliance report on the status of host community development trust. How many have been established? How many are fully funded and operational? And which companies remain in default? We want to have that data. And finally, we have the deep offshore communities. There are communities in the deep offshore corridor that remain outside of the coverage of established host community development trusts. And we want that to stop. And all our requests have been acknowledged, and we are expecting a response in the next 21 days. And all of this has been made possible with support from Action Aid Nigeria under the Strategic Partnership Agreement. And we have our wonderful partners here with us, including Network Advancement Program on Poverty and Disaster Reduction, Igbo Peers Network, Policy Alert, Clement Song Foundation, Connected Development, and All Peer Foundation, Code, and several organizations and youth groups, and even people from the communities that have been affected. And all we are here to say is that polluters out, community first. Polluters out,
Community first!
polluters out.
Community first!
We want them to end flares, and we want that justice now. When do we want it?
Now!
When do we want it?
Now!
We believe that if there is no host community, there is no accountability. And if there is no accountability, there is no justice.
Yes,
when
sir.
do we want justice?
Now!
We want NUPRC to enforce the Petroleum Industry Act of 2021. And that way they can protect the interests of the people. And that's why we are here, and we're happy that you've heard us. And
Emmanuel Rufon is my name. I report for Credo Television on the TA. All right. Hopefully your agitation sees the light of the day and justice is done. What are the modalities, strategies put in place to ensure that these affected communities also are impacted on the implementation, whatsoever will come out?
All right. So the law is very clear as regards to what will be done with the funds belonging to those communities, especially the gas flare penalties. The funds should be used for environmental remediation. To remediate the environment. Polluted environments should be remediated. Right? And also to provide for social reliefs. Now, the law has mandated NUPRC to implement that. That is the modality that the law has provided. So we are saying that NUPRC should not just sit on the money or pay the money to Federation's account. They should use the money for the said purpose. That's the modality. Alternatively, we are also recommending, we already have structures on ground like the Host Community Development Trust. that warehouses the 3% OPEX that the oil and gas companies pay. It's still the oil and gas company is paying the gas play. So once stop the oil and gas company who are paying the gas play to do the same thing, to take that same money to the Host Community Development Trust instead of duplicating other structures. So these are the structures we feel that if followed, Host Community people can actually receive what belongs to them.
Thank you very much. My name is Emmanuel Igbe. I report for Daily Echoes. My concern is that most time corporate organizations like this do give hopes and the hope get dashed. What will be the action of this alliance if the requests met are not met after due time?
Thank you very much for this wonderful question. So, justice is what we actually want. Transparency and accountability is very key. So, if they do not actually yield to our demand, we will continue coming back. And this other time is going to be more hotter than this. Thank you.
We will not stop. We will not stop. We will not stop. We are sure NUPRC that we are not going to be tired. You can see we are young people. We are not going to be tired. We form again and again until our demands are met.
So wherever there is injustice, that is the center of gravity. That is the capital of the whole world. And there is no place where injustice is most felt than in the communities where oil is being drilled. These are host communities that feed the rest of the country, and they do not benefit from it. So until justice is served to them, we will continue to do the needful. We will seek dialogue, we'll seek engagement, and we'll do everything possible to ensure that the request is responded to.
Keep running answer. Keep running answer. Keep running answer. Keep running answer. Stop gas flaring. Stop gas flaring. Keep running answer. Keep running answer. Keep running answer.